the back. That's what happened.
There's something wrong with my internet.
Always.
Is it on my end? I'll talk, man. Get to it, man.
Get to it. I was trying to get to it. You over here taking 10 years. But we here now. We ain't gonna front. All right. What's good with you? How you been?
All is well, sir. I can complain, but ain't nobody listening. I'll tell you that.
All right. Well, welcome back to another episode of Clock Talk. This is episode 33. So, yeah. I'm your host, Indy. This is my co-host.
Renaissance.
And join us as we explore the world of tailored clothing, stitch by stitch. So, today we got 3 segments for you, as usual. 1080 updates. We got a little bit of items of the week. I guess I can try to show whatever. Try to show this. And then also, everyone's favorite subject, don't threat on me. All right. You got some pieces yourself. All right. Say less. Say less. About time you did something. About time.
Sarcastic.
1080 updates. I guess we can hop into the 1080 updates. We'll get right into it. Hop into 1080 updates. I guess this is a little bit random. This ain't really updates or anything like that. But the lunar year this year is the year that wood snake. So I'm just saying, there's a lot of signs over here that's pointing my way to say that it's our year. 1080's way to say it's our year. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Another.
Thank you, Michael, yo.
Shout out
you think he,
to the snake. You feel me?
boy
That's
Otis,
random anyway.
You better get your Otis.
But in other news in 1080, we also have some updates in terms of we have updates to the. Actually, I just updated some stuff to the website. I put some new pictures on there. We put a couple new descriptions. Went into a few different things in there, so I definitely tell you to go check it out because you know your boy out here actually putting in some work. So
there you go again.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying I would like somebody to see it so we can get some reactions to it so I'm not just doing it for myself. But most of the time I'm just talking to myself. So, but for the people who do see it, help a brother out and go look at it. So, also, we also got the new intro too. So, if you're watching this video now, you probably saw the new intro for YouTube at least. So, check that out. Let us know how you're liking it. Made by your boy professionally, you feel me? So we just out here doing all sorts of things, dog. You feel me? We out here grinding, you feel me? In other segments of the news, we also have a fashion show coming up on May 17th. Well, not my fashion show, but I'm in a fashion show, so I'm just shouting it out. May 17th, it's in Plainfield, New Jersey. See me there. Have a few new items, too, as well. That'll be dropping. So definitely come check us out if you can make it. Hit us up at 1080 Club. Hit me up on my Instagram. That's probably the best place to hit me up. So, yeah, if you have any questions, 1080 Club. That's where you can hit me up. And also, last but not least, next week, so make sure you're here, is our anniversary for the first Clock Talk. Going to be our year anniversary, you feel me? Shout out. He says, our year anniversary, dog, already. We going strong. This is our 30, even though it's only 33 episodes, we've been going pretty strong, though. I'd say that's pretty consecutive. There's only 52 weeks, so I only missed a few weeks. But for your first class, I mean, for our first show, that's not bad. I can't complain. So I'll definitely be bringing.
First year, get 33 out of 52.
That's not bad. Some people barely do like 10, so actually it'd be 30 out of 52, so it's not bad. I think that's at least a C, saying C's get degrees, so we'll take it, baby.
He's getting degrees. That boy is failing.
You
F
feel me?
plus.
No, we average, dog. C student. You feel me? F plus. Oh man. But yeah, so check us out next week for our anniversary. I don't know what we're gonna do special there. Hopefully we figure out something. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much 1080 updates. You got anything to update them about?
Greatest. They're the greatest, you know what I'm saying? I mean, ain't no other Taylor's got nothing to say, so say they do. Greatest of all time, greatest of all Taylors.
Make sure y'all can see that. That's the other brand. You feel me? Indie Ink. You know, we have several brands. You feel me? So you'll figure that out later, though. Anyways, that's enough for 1080 updates. We'll hop into items of the week. You got something you wanted to show them? Was that something?
Oh no, this part buck 50. It's that flyers. It's that shot that done. See, I'm gonna show them how to really do it. So it's gonna put the snakes on there, put the wings on there, and I got the
Yeah. Was that a back piece?
nah. That's the arm.
Okay, the sleeve.
Oh no.
Going down the sleeve.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, when they can do stuff like that, then it become a challenge. So right now, it's just practice. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a couple practices. I mean, although this, you know what I'm saying? I got joint on the back.
Yeah. Did you made a pattern out of them, huh?
Of course. Me.
I'll just tell you so you don't have to do it every time.
I don't freestyle, sir. I'm a professional, sir. I don't do all this freestyle that they
I was
speak
gonna
of
say
when they talk about.
I was gonna say send me
I
some,
take
dog.
the
I
freestyle.
need the pieces. Send me those because they got to be the same. So
Let me hear this guy. No shortcuts, sir.
anyway,
Make your
I
own
mean, if you
stencil.
actually want to prosper, you just want us to lose all the time, huh? So
I'm winning. What are you talking about? We need to work harder, Mr. We. When you speak in French, when you go to Paris, Mr.
yeah, we. I was thinking actually for the trip though. I was thinking of postponing it because I was supposed to go on the trip this year. I was thinking postponing it maybe to like actual fashion week. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what September. Is October?
It matters for Paris. It's different for Paris. Americans ain't gonna be at the same time Paris is. So no, it ain't
No,
gonna be at the same
I'll
time.
be in Paris. So let me see. That's gonna be the spring, won't it?
No, spring is that's in February. That's
No,
25.
like
That's
February is for fall winter though. That's what I'm saying. They're doing fall winter now.
all the
So yeah,
way.
in
That's
October, I
yeah,
mean September would be spring.
for
They're
next
showing spring,
yeah
summer
for next year.
for next year.
26. That'll be 26 spring
Right.
that you showing.
Um,
You get it?
anyways, I'll have to take a look and see when it. I'll have to take a look into it, but I think it'd probably be more crucial for me to go out there during like when something's actually happened than just like a random time to actually do something. Just my thoughts, but
Create a path, sir. That's all I can say. You create
the
your
only
own path, create
thing is,
your own
my
day.
brother's getting. Shout out to my brother. He's getting married this year, so that's the
Oh,
only thing.
out there.
Yeah,
Congratulations, sir.
yeah, big brother. One ahead of me. I got two older than me. One's actually watching right now. Shout out Keelan. What's good, son? Anyways,
This program director suck. Man, what's
my
going
bad.
on, man?
Sorry, I was trying to check it up and see, but I'll take it. I know you ain't doing nothing. You just sitting there lazy.
I
But
don't
do
do
something
nothing.
with your
That's not
life.
my job.
Hey,
That's
no
not in my
comment. Not
qualifications.
lazy,
It's the
dog.
co-host. Co-host.
Let me back this up real
Criticize.
quick so I can show you this. We got the jacket. You feel me?
With that.
This is my items of the week. We still working on it right now, but I'll give y'all a little sneak peek of it. Oh, shit. Caught up on the rug. You feel me?
Uh,
I mean, from what y'all can see from there. Anyway, this is the top of the head of the mannequin. It says club here this way. This is 80. This is the front of it. It's a big jacket. I mean, from what you can see, got the pockets here. I still got a line in and everything, but sneak peek though. Sneak peek.
where the sleeves at?
They over here.
Gotta see what kind of sleeves you get.
Just a regular, no vent or anything like that.
2-piece?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta put the button at the end. But I still gotta put I still got, because I'm putting like 10 on the sides. So I still gotta put the numbers. I still gotta make the numbers and put them on the side. Yeah, but working on that, you feel me?
Everything but the 80. That's too square. You gotta do collegiate letters. That's too square. That look like a window. The window, you gotta put some art on the inside if you're gonna leave it like a window. You gotta put some snakes on the inside, put the grass on the inside, and put some snakes in it and something. I don't know. That look like a window. As my son would say. A window. Other than that, sir, you already know trenches. Trenches go run it, sir. You're gonna see a whole bunch of trenches during this little run of this year. People dropping stuff, women dropping a bunch of trenches. There's gonna be a lot of trenches. I think Burberry gonna do a little something this year, but trenches, I hear it. I mean, but we've been doing trenches already, so that's what we started our run on trenches.
I still got
Long as
the dark blue one.
started 2 years ago, and then I didn't have them. I still got some that ain't finished, so I did it. Even more than 2 years ago. I did it probably like I was 2020 when I dropped those trenches with the plaids. But you'll see stuff like who was that? You'll see people like Burberry now. I mean, not Burberry. Who was that? Was that you just sent me? Dior. They just dropped a whole bunch of plaids with the. I mean, you just put a whole bunch of plaids and get a whole bunch of pieces and just
Dior
put
or
them.
LVMH?
Ooh. The one that
Dior
you
or
just sent me that had a
LVMH?
whole bunch of plaids in it. They had whoever you sent me that had a whole bunch of plaids in they design and everything was just a whole bunch of pieces of
That was
plaids and all that.
Zegna.
You sure? Well, whoever it is. I mean,
Dior was a lot of
I'm
blacks.
not.
There was a
I'm
lot
not
of
against.
black in the blue, in the pink. But we'll get
I mean,
into that.
I'm never against
We're
it.
about to get into that. Don't throw on me, anyways. Which we're getting into these subjects, anyways. But
I mean, hey,
the first one
hey,
was Xenia, so which was the plaids, which is the kind of basic ones. So everything that we watched was like menswear, but because it was menswear week.
nothing else. We don't do nothing else.
But I'm
Like,
saying this week was specifically menswear in Paris, though, and so everything that dropped was menswear. So this was good for us. What's up? Um, so I mean, which is good for us, like I said, so we can kind of go like in more detail, kind of explain like what's happening and stuff in terms of like the other stuff for the following weeks in Paris is more like the next week is actually haute couture, which I actually kind of do want to see, but it's like not menswear. It's not really like directed to us or whatever in our section. But for the sections that we are going to talk about today, which is Enya,
you ain't doing this year. Sorry.
uh,
I'll be sitting out that one. I'll
uh,
be sitting out,
gonna
sir.
be here next week anyway. So
Like, I'm not talking about no women's wear or nothing. Like I didn't already did that. Like it ain't nobody in my field that can even make a dress. So I'm not gonna critique them. They already can't make pants. What I look like talking about dress with this couture dress. A couture dress with somebody that can't make a pair of pants. Like, you gotta think about it, sir. I mean, I guess it's inspiring. You do
Everyone,
what you're doing.
nobody wants to be an actual. A lot of people just want to be the creative director, like Pharrell. They don't want to be. Oh
Yeah, yeah.
shoot!
And that's the thing about it. It's like they just want to do an overview of a whole. They want to put the whole scenery together, but to put it together and actually like make it mesh and all
Actually,
that, I think you gotta.
understand the construction and actually understand like what's going on. They just want to do the pretty stuff.
I mean, and I don't think you get to appreciate none of that unless you up in that sewing room. You ain't gonna know that ain't gonna work no matter how much you design it and do all that. That don't work like that, or you got to put this there and this is gonna be under it. I think a lot of these drawers that they make and a lot of these designs that they put out, they probably hit the floor probably a week after they get started on them because something got to change. Because I mean, they look good, but it just be looking like fancy drawings. Like it ain't functional. Like I need to see front, back, side, all that when you draw and stuff. That's why I be on Kevin the way I do. He always shout out to Kevin. He always do something, but he'll have a nice look. Sometimes it'll be the front. Sometimes it'll be the front and back. Sometimes, but I always try to get them to give me front, back, side. If I'm designing something like cutting it, if I'm doing the pattern, I got to see all the angles of it, or it don't make no sense.
Can't be imaginary.
Or it's mine. Like now, if you don't
Now
give
I
me
gotta
all
create
the,
it. Right.
I make it
I gotta
mine.
make it possible.
I make my own side of it. I did that. Like you wouldn't even understand. That's what I'm saying. Like that's how I know that they're not doing all that, because if you give a tailor a front drawing of something and you don't tell him how to, you just tell him how the back look. You don't show him nothing.
We don't even know if you want pockets or not.
But it don't matter. At the end of the day, I come up with that. Like I create
That's
that.
what I'm saying. Like,
I make that whole
right.
look. So you're no longer really the designer, stylist, all that stuff that they take credit for don't make sense because you only gave me a front picture of something. Like you don't even know how the back of it looks. So I created the back. So we should get half credit, but you know it don't work like that in the tailor field. So, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, I digress. It'll go, on.
I
But go
mean, but
on.
yeah. No. Well, what we were talking about the Zegna one anyway. So I mean, we can just go. I mean, you were talking about like the browns and stuff like that. That it had like a lot of browns. It was just like a very tailored. But the funny thing is like how everybody's going to oversized now because even Zegna has like the oversized stuff, which is crazy because they're usually just like the plain, like usually plain classic look, tailored looks. They usually try to not go too crazy. It's usually just like the knit and the wools, the sweaters, the like the slacks and stuff like that. But now they're doing like oversized slacks. They're doing oversized sweaters. They're trying to make it look all cool and swaggy. But you know what it kind of looked like? I said it looked like
Abercrombie and French or somebody.
well, yeah, it looked like a like a cottage man. Like it looked like an urban cottage man. Like like a cottage man. Like in like
cottage man.
yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
I don't know how to explain it, but that's how I explain it.
Sound a little racist or prejudiced.
Like the cottage man, like in the woods, like he always be like getting his wood and like putting his cabin up and stuff like that. But like if he had like an urban swag to him.
If he had an urban swag. What is this urban thing you keep throwing in there? Is that black? Like
that's how white people. That's how white people say like black.
Like,
culture.
That's what it would be if a preppy guy was urban. Urban meaning black. If it was a black urban, like preppy. Like just say black, fam. Boy, if it was a black, if a guy that acted black did that, like, I mean,
yeah.
So basically, what you're saying is there's to me a lot of that stuff be hobo. Like meaning that they just throwing stuff on top of stuff. They're not like I don't know Zegna for nothing that's not symmetrical, or if it is asymmetrical, it's very neat. So if I'm seeing stuff that's out the box, I'm just okay. You got somebody over there that's just trying something, trying to trend, and you can withstand that hit when it goes away because you're not a brand that does that. Like I'm just saying, like after I start seeing stuff from brands that I know for sure don't do stuff like. I mean, hey, I know fashion going
Because
to
they
the
gotta think of
core.
their customers too, though. Their main customers are like people who not like shop like that. They shop like classic looks. It's not like they're trying to come out and do nothing crazy. They're trying to get nice, really good vicuña wool, like $20,000 wool. Like they just trying to get that
Don't
and leave.
nobody know
Like
what
they're
that
not trying to
is,
look.
sir. You be saying all that, don't nobody know what that is. Like
You know,
it's cool
it's
what you
like it's a
saying.
llama.
You you can call it what is a llama. Like they don't know what a llama is. There's no llamas in America, sir. So you got to give us some history before you start doing that old
So
advanced
go look it
design.
up. Dang, I can't do everything for you. I can't.
You bring it to the table. You start talking about saying it. You got to get some history. I think that's what mostly I want to do too. Like I ain't critiquing them, but I'm seeing what they are to the current contemporary state of fashion. So what I know is happening and what we even spoke about is happening in fashion is it's fast. All they really do, like if you think about it, all you have to do is make the line that's going down the runway.
You have to keep it. You have to keep up. You just have
Listen,
to keep up.
go to intercede. You got the answer? No, you don't have an answer, Sway. Quiet, sir. What I'm saying, then you want to interject? No. You make that line, you put it on the runway, you show it. After that, it's only one season.
Right.
Made to order. Ain't no making no back stock. You don't have to make back stock. You can take all that chance that you want to with the whole plaids and all that because you're only doing it one
Right.
time. You make that sample, put it down the runway, and sell it from the runway. After that, you take pictures of it, put it on the internet,
Well, people
on the
buyers are
website.
coming up
If
anyways. The
they
buyers are going to come up.
buy it, you can buy it right up. You can
Right.
make it, and you don't have to make 1,000 of them. So now it's made to order. You got a factory that's waiting for you to get an order from whoever. You ain't sitting that up in stores anyway. They ain't sending it like you don't see that sitting up in stores or mannequins and none of that. So after they make it and put it on the runway and all that, they don't send it to stores so that they can make mannequin run. Like I don't see that. Like I don't see that. Where you see that at? Nowhere. I don't think so. Because I don't see no. We don't have no Louis Vuitton stores like that. And the Louis Vuitton stores that we got,
Yeah, we don't really have exclusive stuff like that over
and
here.
not,
I
and,
mean, sometimes I'll see like designer pieces, but it's like the pieces that they want to like actually produce, like mass produce. But it's not like all the pieces.
go to Fifth Ave. I mean, it's if you went to
I work.
Fifth Ave and you see
Oh,
everything everything that Fifth Ave had, if they had everything that dropped on the runway every time the runway, like how many clothes or how much would they have to produce? And it's almost
right.
it that caliber store almost guarantees you a certain amount of sales and things. So it would make sense, and that's what it used to be back in the day. But it's not like that no more. Fashion is too fast now, and now
Right.
you ain't gonna drop no 1,000 pieces per style and put them on Fifth Ave and then do it
Right.
every season. Nah, it's not going like that no more. So now everything gonna be made to order. Everything gonna be Hermes. You got to spend this many to get a bag. All that, like yo, they about to they changing it. Like, and
And
that's
people
the
love the exclusivity. If you can't get it, I mean, the more they like it. So it's like,
But that's the European way.
yeah,
Like once you start doing things the European way, you're going by their rules. You're going to get their awards. You're going to get their prestige, all that little extra stuff that they want to get. Like if you want that, then that's cool. Like it's nothing against that. Or if you think, in some cases, to me, I think that a lot of black athletes and stuff did stuff just to mock the people that was getting it before them. Like I think about that when I think about if I wanted an LVMH award or if I wanted, it's like, oh, just to say like I'm worthy, I could get it if I wanted to, but do I want it? Does that make me something like a Grammy with a rapper or something? Like, do that make you a better rapper? Do that make you? But some people want it just because rappers wanted them, and now I got whatever.
right.
So to me, no, none of them awards, none of them degrees validate me as a designer, tailor, nothing. Like I ain't worried about none of that. So if you do things the way they do it, then you asking for their validation, and I ain't asking for their validation. So that's the difference in what I'm seeing in this whole little equate, like with just to critique them is one thing, but to like really be like, oh no, you have to do it. Like, no, you ain't got to do no fashion, no type of way. So
Right.
Zegna, y'all can get sloppy at times and let you, you know what I'm saying, let them hang a little bit and do something that's out of your norm, because I don't know you for that. And I'm just like him. I'm looking for the high scale wools and the nice cuts and clean zippers and all kind of like, yo, they got zippers and buttons and snaps places just because like I look at Xenia totally different, and I respect them, and it's like, yeah.
My bad, people. My phone died. I had it charging. It still died. I had to change the chargers. I don't know what happened. Dang, you were going in about what? Last thing I remember, you said you was like you talking about how you like the wools and knits and classic fits, like from you like how I did that, the wools, knits, and classic fits. I'm gonna have to put that as ours. Dang, boy, I'm out here rapping, dog. Anyways,
Now you
for
want to be a rapper. First you want to be a
I got
podcaster. Now
all
you
sorts
want
of jobs, dog. Rapping, slapping, trapping, whatever you need, dog.
to. No, I'm a Taylor. That's
Many
it. That's
streets.
all I'm going. I ain't even gonna play with them. It's too much. Yeah, but you're gonna see like a lot of people gonna go out of their zone and just to see an experiment, but they ain't gotta do it for long because of the way fashion is going and how fast it is. If you ain't gotta produce that many pieces and all you gotta do is just a whole, if you gotta do 60, 70 samples or whatever, you can do a sample sale to get rid of them, and whatever else is made to order, and people gonna pay whatever money that you put on it, and all the stores, like it don't
Recipes
take that
made for
much.
lookbooks.
So if you get if you're gonna produce, say, I want to say like I still say 1,000. You say 1,000 shirts for all whatever that, and you just drop 1,000 shirts, but you don't want to depreciate the value of it. That's why I'm like, I ain't doing no sale or nothing. So it ain't no use in making it, and after the season over, doing anything with it. So that's why I need to be made to order. Like all this gonna be made to order, sir. I'm telling you, factory gonna just be pumping 24. When the order come in, that's when they get produced. Ain't nothing else. Like it can happen that fast. Like I'm not stupid. Like I know how fast it takes to make clothes. Like I know how much it takes to make clothes. And if
Especially if
you
we don't
got
have to go nowhere.
1,000, I know how much it takes to make 1,000 pairs of anything. Like they can get made. If I got a team, I can push 1,000 pieces. And that ain't gonna take me no whole season. That ain't gonna, and depending on how many people I got, depending on how much equipment I got, all that, like yo, 1,000 pieces ain't gonna be nothing. But uniform makers know that ain't like those are only people in America I think understand that other than overseas. But the uniform makers over here understand that, but it ain't no real tailoring to that whole ready to wear or uniform made clothes. Like it's really
So
quick.
yeah,
What's that?
yeah, very basic block stuff.
Man, ain't no curves, ain't no lot of
So
that. Like once you look at it, when you break it down, even when you take all the seams out and take the threads out and you lay it flat, it's just real simple. But if you get into tailored clothes and you get it like, but that's what clothes is right now. It's all boxy. That's why they get away with that. But if you get
it's
into
throwing some
tailored clothes,
darts
like
in there, throwing some darts and pleats.
you got Zegna, they got zippers everywhere. They got linings in various places that you don't usually get linings and all that. So once you got companies like that, but what would still impress me is if they make it look all hobo on the outside and then have some old tailored stuff or some hidden zippers on the other side and inside. Like I wouldn't be surprised though saying like that.
Oh,
Like I
100%.
didn't look at the
Yeah,
fashion.
yeah.
Yeah, they like
They're not cheaping out in that sense.
the people who don't who people who clothes I don't know what they look like is people like Rick Owens. I don't know what they look like on the other side of that outside, and outside don't look that good to
You know
me.
what kind of
Meaning neat. It
depends on
don't
where you
look.
get it from. I mean, like in terms of because everyone has like a cheaper brand or whatever. But speak of Rick Owens, he's the next one we're talking about. Like his leather goods. and stuff like that will be nicely made, but like some of the stuff is just like obviously like ready to wear is just a lot of just change surging. You know what I'm saying? Surging, top stitch, quick stuff.
I gotta do more research on and how it look and how it's produced and all that, but I'm not that impressed on the quality of like when I'm looking
Right.
at.
Well, it's not a hard item. It's like because like one of the items I saw literally looked like it was literally like a sheet that was dripped over his head with like a hood on it. So I mean, it's not like it's like complex things. It's very crazy, ornate like ideas. I don't know if you
Yeah,
saw the shoes. You saw the shoes though. They look like
I
pineapples.
don't,
They look like the
I
top of pineapples. They're like going like this everywhere.
don't
And then
play
the
with
way
it.
that people were walking in, it looked like they were gonna look crazy as hell, dog. They look like aliens. But I'm sure that's his whole like.
All of his shoes, all of that extra stuff, I don't like none of it. So
Yeah,
I
no.
don't do him like I do. I don't. I'm not trying. Like everybody got their own artistic, creative expression, and his is not in my range of
You don't like the
like.
goths?
Not at all. Like I grew up in high school where those people were considered weird. I don't care what the backlash that everybody I went to school with know that it was a weird group of people that wore black fingernail polish and did eyeliner. And we didn't really they wasn't like I'm gonna put it like this. Other than being called weird, the clothes that they wore wasn't no name brand. That's what I'm saying. Like he drew inspiration from a group of people that didn't wear name brand clothes
Right.
and made a name brand out of it. Like they didn't like this. It was like like I'm gonna put it like this. All right. In Chicago, on the north side, it's a mixed group of races and all that stuff, and that's where you will probably see a high school where you'll see those goth kids at. Also on the north side, you'll see the LGBTQ community. Also on the north side, you had the surpluses and
Black.
the best thrift stores. So look at this combo of how you make a Rick Owens right here. So on the north side where they got these army surpluses, they got all the old World War II or 3 and 4 or 5, whatever. They got all these old clothes, and it's in the LBG community on Belmont and Broadway right there. And that is like all overlapping, all that culture and all that everything made like a Rick Owens type of look. So all the kids would go up there, get off the train right there, go to the army surplus, buy the chains, do all that, and then you get this look. Like you layer all that stuff up, you put it all together, and now you walking around with big shoes that was from whatever era, the ones that go up the thigh for the girls on the side. It look crazy, but I can recreate the look by just going in that area. And then if it's black, like they had all the tattoo shops, all the stuff, like all the stuff that was like kind of forbidden, like it is in that area. So yeah, and there's like all the Kurt Cobain plaids and all. That's one. Like, Midwest is crazy with the plaids. Like I seen plaids. I thought plaids was just a regular
attire. Yeah, that's what you wear during winter.
And plaids, like I mean, the lumberjack, like I thought that was a natural, progression in outfits. But we can make a norm out of certain things that most people, don't. So if you're from a certain culture, because we make culture, like we'll do something and now it's the norm. So I ain't worried about whatever I start, whatever trend I start. As long as I do it more than once and I do it more than 2 or 3 times, it ended up being a trend and it ended up being a culture. So I ain't worried about it. But I'm not gonna let that be culture. I ain't gonna let Rick Owens put his gothy spin on fashion and make it in the hood and make that culture. Like, no, I don't want to see those guys just to try to be different. I don't like the dude that just dress in something just to try to be different, try to get everybody to look at him like, bro. I mean, fashion is that look at me, but I'm saying like, you ain't got to get all crazy.
That's exactly what they did. Everybody has their subgenre, which is fine, but it's like, don't come with that though. Like that is some crazy. There's a way to do it, and that's not the way.
I'm doing the same thing. It's kind of contradictory, hypocritical, and all that because I'm
No,
doing the
but
same
he's
thing.
just
Look at me.
like not like actual like. But at least when we do it, ours is like coming from a tailored point, tailored aspect. His is
I
just more
figured
like
it out.
I want to create this like illusion of alien, goth, crazy Matrix, and then all he does is usually uses black and white, which is I'm not hating because like that's the same thing I could usually do is like my blue and tan, you know what I'm saying, which is my main colors, which I can't hate on him with that. But it's like, what are
Each his own.
you trying
All
to
I know is
like? Are you trying to
different
like do
colors.
fashion? Or are you trying to do like
I don't
movie
know.
scene attire? Like, what is this? Like, what are we going for?
That's what I'm saying. Like
None
I
of
can
this shit is
see him
wearable.
to a certain extent. Like all I can do is see how he's like influencing the culture. And like right now, the people that don't have no strong fashion backbone, meaning you ain't got no real way that you dress or what you really like, you just going with a trend, they're gonna go over there. It's a lot of people that just go with the trend, and then when it's over with, they go to the next one. And then they be like, oh, remember when I did this? It's like, I mean, those people are important too because they like
They hype up. They hype up the brands though. They make
that's
the
what I'm saying.
brand.
Like they hype these, they hype it up, but at the same time, they help document the culture. Like it's like all the people that was in '92 that was wearing the Bugs Bunny and
Oh,
and and Tasmanian.
Tasmanian, yeah.
Yeah, like you help document the culture. Like no matter how ridiculous you looked and how crazy it was, it's like that you had that shirt on. It's
You
like
remember the Elmo pajamas? I hated people who wore the Elmo pajamas.
Elmo.
Elmo, like they had like Elmo
I
or
don't know
like
you, sir. I don't know. I missed
I don't
that
really
era.
say it's fashion or whatever, but I'm just saying there was a time where people used to wear like Elmo. You don't remember like the Elmo pants or like the Cookie Monster pants? Like usually the Ratchet girls.
Are you talking about with just a whole bunch of prints on it and all that,
Yeah,
all the
there's a whole bunch
logos?
of Elmo head prints on it and stuff like that. I hated though. Oh my god, that's how you knew they were ratchet though.
Ratchet because it looked cheap, or because it is cheap, or because
Both,
it looked. Because
all the above.
I mean, to me, cheap
Like at
is
Walmart, like you knew they got that at Walmart. Like
to me like that's how like when enough people got it, it seems cheap, and that's how Jordans end up being for me. Like I thought Jordans was like after everybody had them, I thought it was now cheap. They should be like $50 or something more cheaper than
shit,
that.
they went up.
But when they first come out, it's like, okay, that's the highest price. That should be the peak of price. I shouldn't be paying what the peak of price is after it's been out for 16 months. Like I'm just saying. But
Yeah,
Jordan, he broke and if a fashion company and some of them they try to follow his mode or whatever, but it's kind of hard to keep up with. But if you can sell your clothes, if I can just sell my vintage designs later, think about this. Yo, I'm dropping the same jacket 2 years later, but in a different color.
yeah,
Like, I'm not dropping this color
yeah.
though. Like that's what I'm saying. Like this is what I'm on with the way that I'm dropping colors. Like you talking about the black and all that. Like yo, I'm looking at I'm only doing it in this colorway. You only gonna get it from this time to this time. If you don't want it, that's good. But it's gonna be a selected a number of people. It's gonna be some people that timestamp culture by saying that I got a mauve colored T-shirt between this time and this time. So culture got to get, you know what I'm saying, it got to get curated a little bit different because saturating it with all this bull crap that they doing these bogus one-on-ones. Like, I don't even like the bogus one-on-ones. Like, you made a one-of-one, but it's like you just threw it together. It's just like, all right, you ain't put no love in it. Like, they don't really love making clothes. They're just doing it for money, or they just doing it for attention to see if they can get some money, or their friends told them they should do it. Like, I don't know. All the reasons changing for the reason why people do clothes. I know I do it for the love and
Same
everybody.
reason why people want to be rappers because they think it's cool.
That's why
But when you realize you actually get,
like
it's harder than what you think it is. Like,
that's why I understand it with the whole Grammys and all that, and like people that really do it for like and for the love. So it's like I know I do it for the love because I did it for free for years. I didn't gave away stuff. I didn't
Taught
taught
it.
it. Like,
Yeah.
it's a whole different aspect when you doing things out of the love of the game versus you getting paid to do it. Like everybody know that, oh, I gotta get paid to do it, but no, you ain't really did it for the love like I have. So like I did it for the money, I did it for the love, I did it for I'm gonna get more money. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm guaranteeing. That's what people be trying to, you know, gauge how serious you is with your craft and everything. But it's like, nah, I'm really serious and I'm gonna do it for the real money and I can hold out. Like if I say it's $1,000,000, I'm not gonna do it for you for 100,000 or nothing. Like I'm not gonna do it for cheap. So
And then taxes off it too, so I definitely ain't making that.
and I ain't gotta prove it to no regular Joe Schmo because they ain't got no money. Most of
Right.
the people that be trying to argue me my points don't even have no money. So
Right.
I just stopped arguing.
Yeah, I mean, they just jealous because they ain't got nothing to do with their life. So,
They ain't got no ideas. You ain't got no life. So I just keep it to myself. But you know,
all right,
shout out to
on to
Lane.
the next one. On to the next one. I mean, I don't really know who I want to talk about first because it doesn't really matter. I guess we could talk about the Dior first. The Dior was with Kim Jones. Me personally, I thought it was a little bit different. He had definitely addressed the silhouettes differently. I'm not saying like I loved all of them because he kind of made a lot of it feminine. Because it's like this is supposed to be menswear. Like this is the only thing that we do have. So it's like, like you don't like everything to the women. So it's like, dang, like we want to look good, but still like manly in it. Besides the point, I did like some of his silhouettes though that he did bring to it. I did like the stage. The stage was pretty dope.
Be
Also,
looking at the stage until like I watch it the second time or something like that. I swear I don't pay no attention to no stage.
uh,
Unless
I mean, if it's cool,
it's
like
unless
if it's cool, I'll get like
unless it's a long build up or if it's
like dramatic.
I watch it the second time. I'm not that it ain't that dramatic. I'm not looking at the stage like that. I'm waiting for the close. I'm really like, all right. Like most of the time, if I get sent anything, the clothes got to be. I want to see when the clothes is coming right out.
Yeah,
I'm not looking at the stage, looking all around it and all that. Like I understand, like that's a good selling for the show. Like that's for the show. Like I don't see that selling the clothes. Like
yeah. But
necessary
I don't know.
actually.
We were talking about this earlier, but I was saying that yeah, like I mean, if you're gonna do a fashion show, like people want to see a performance. I'm not saying you have to go all out, but I'm saying if you're a one of these corporations that are making billions of dollars off of fashion, people didn't get dressed up and come over here just to see like a regular show. So even if you can incorporate it
I
within,
don't agree.
I know you don't
I
agree, but I'm
agree
saying
that
just in general, just so I feel like people think is like if you're going to sell, especially if you're going to sell like the clothing and stuff like that, like if you have a boring show, nobody's just going to be like, oh, you could have the boringest clothes, but if you have a good show, that's what I'm saying, you could still sell it. I'm not saying you have to do that, or you could just have good clothes in the first place, but I'm saying like I feel like both of it goes together because it's almost
I
performance. But
disagree,
I'm
but
saying you have billions. If you have billions of dollars, like
that's that French in you, but I disagree. I
I mean,
mean,
I feel like it's just more of a artistic view in me, though. I like art too, though. So I'm saying, like, if we're gonna be putting on a show, nobody just wants to see people walking down a
you like
runway. That's what I'm
gallery.
saying. Me
See, this
personally, I'd rather just do like a. Me personally, I'd rather just do like something on damn it, what the fuck? A campaign. I'd rather do like a campaign and do like pictures and do like a video, like a short video or something like that. I'm not going to do a whole fashion show. If I'm doing the whole fashion show, I want it to be like worth it for people to show up.
so this is how I feel about it. People put more effort into the art gallery than the art.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna like. I don't care what your art gallery look like. It could be in the alley. It don't matter. Like this is the concept
But
that
that ain't even
that
dope.
Virgil. See what it. It's the concept that Virgil had them all mixed up on with the streetwear and with the art and involving it in streetwear. You got people looking at stuff in different ways, and that's cool. But for me, I don't care what the gallery look like. If the art is trash, then it's like, it don't matter if you put it in a nice gallery, it's still the art is trash. You can't
Yeah.
make call. He was talking about putting trash art in a nice gallery, and now you changed the setting. Like it was the gallery.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm like his total opposite. I'm his yang. Like I see where he be coming from. I just be disagreeing with it. I just don't. I
Yeah.
would.
No,
I'm
but
not
I'm
putting
not.
my
I'm not. But that's to say, I'm not like agreeing to say bring bad art though. Like also bring good art with this. Like it should complement each other.
so all these people with bad art is taking your tips and going to put their bad art in them nice ass galleries. That's what I think. It's Soho is filled with that shit to me. There's a whole
Yeah.
bunch of people some plain ass clothes or some clothes that look like trash or look like something they got from Walmart, and they put it in Soho, put a name on it, and then they put a price on it, and now that trash is in this gallery that everybody respects, and they're paying more for that art in that expensive gallery, which is Soho.
No, like I said though,
Or
but
New
it has
York,
to have
period.
but like I said, it has
Period.
to have an even contrast. Like it can't just be bad with good. That's what I'm saying. It has to be both good. I think they can complement each other. But
I
if
don't,
you
I don't see no good clothes.
what they doing is finessing people. That's what they doing. They taking bad stuff and put it with and make it look good. But that's all I'm saying. I digress. Um, Also, I was gonna say that some of the pieces though of the Dior were from Kim Jones, inspired from like a 1954 opera. So that's why I don't know if you see them. It's very like drapey. It's very
They're getting away from
like
hip
a
hop.
woman still.
You're getting away from me. That's what I'm saying. Like you're getting away from hip hop. You're getting away from me. You're trying to direct all the stuff that you used to do that was towards me. Now you're trying to direct it towards opera. No,
Well,
I'm hip hop.
it was
I don't.
it was
You're
a
trying to
like homage to like one of the old
Yeah,
ones
because
that they did.
you don't want to be associated with hip hop no more. At one time, he was associated with hip hop and rap and all this
Oh,
stuff.
Kim
Now
Jones,
he
yeah,
trying to away from that and go towards opera because he wants that kind of audience. And
yeah.
I ain't mad at you, but at the same time, like, bro, you lost me. Like, I don't know nothing about no opera, and if I did, it's only the music. And now you want to be. I mean, it would be okay. You'll have me doing the history lessons and going through my history and like, all right, what era of opera was that? And okay, how was they dressing? What area was that? Was that
Well,
in
that's what
Italy? Was that in
Dior was designing. That was a past Dior design, but that was like when Dior was designing back in the day. Yeah,
okay, but in
but no,
opera,
I'm just
opera
saying,
comes
I'm
from
just trying to get
somewhere.
relevance as to what they
The
were.
thing it comes from somewhere. Like it's sung from somewhere. Like the music comes from somewhere. Like the way they was
Yeah,
dressing, whatever you was saying in the opera
right.
comes from. That's what I'm thinking. Like, oh, are you putting the person like the people that was dressed in the opera? So is that the style that you're going for? Or is that the
Like when they
influence? Or
went to the opera, like when they dressed up to the
or
opera.
yeah, did you pull influence from that and put that in the dress, or like I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like that's
Yeah,
when you pulling from somewhere else, and now you might lose me in following your design or following your influence, and it might not tickle my fancy. I don't know. Pause. I don't know. But if I don't know nothing about opera, you saying that you took something from opera ain't no going. It ain't going to impress me.
right.
Maybe.
Well, you don't know what you're talking about. I mean, most people probably won't even know what you're talking about.
So why am I impressed by Kim Jones in that move? Like he did it for
Yeah,
somebody else.
I
That's what
just
I'm
think
saying. Like
out of all the menswear, that's the only person that actually kind. I'm not saying I'm like uh, uh, blown off my socks, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying like most of the menswear was not that like as in interesting, I guess if you want to say whatever. But I guess his was a little bit different in the silhouettes and tried to do something different. So I do give him uh, a little bit of credit for doing that, for not making it boring. But
so I'm gonna say
yeah, it was a little
so
feminine.
I'm gonna say this because this would be what I base my critique on these brands and like what I'm looking for and what I'm looking to see when I'm looking at fashion, looking for a fashion show somewhere in menswear. First of all, if I'm looking at women's wear, I'm only looking at women's wear from entertainment type of aspect or like to be impressed. Like I ain't say well, both of them is the same thing, but with men, if I'm looking at men, I want to see something that impressed me, like a technique, like oh, you did your lapel a certain way, the neckline a certain way, your leg is like something is different than traditional. After that, I want to see that you still stay close. Like I almost want to see you be on that line of traditional and pushing the edge. Then if it is going past there, it got to make sense for me. If you're going bell bottoms, it got to make sense with your design. It got to be proportioned. It got to look a certain way. So everything that everybody doing is not always good to me. Like you might have one design out of those 60 that you dropped to me that might be okay. I like that. Like one, like literally, I don't like everything. I don't like, and then it might be one technique out of that one design. So if you watch design, if you watch techniques, and then I'm looking for something that challenges my mind. So I don't care that you put 16 different zippers or something. Like no, like that wasn't hard, bro. That don't make me impressed with something. Like you have to do something that make
No,
me
that's the thing.
think
Like
that's
on
hard.
his designs though were a little bit different. That's
Yeah.
if you look on it, like he was trying to do. There, I don't have any pictures. I was supposed to get pictures, but yeah, just check it out and let y'all check it out and y'all see for yourselves. Um, the last piece we were going to talk about was the LVMH, which was actually very, very, very sad. I don't really have much to say about it.
Cool.
The LVMH with Pharrell. So I mean, at this point, I mean, we understand that he's just there just to promote the brand. He's
Uh,
basically like a
I,
cheerleader.
I think you're getting something mixed up. LVMH is who owns Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, no,
LVMH,
I'm just saying the LVMH just in general. I mean, I'm talking about Louis Vuitton show.
yeah, Louis Vuitton 25. Like
Yeah,
I don't,
I mean,
I don't.
usually when you say LVMH, you know you're talking about Louis Vuitton, nigga. It's literally the first two. But
Moet
anyways,
Hennessy, sir. That's the
I
name of the
know
company that. Hey, if you get it,
Louis Vuitton,
I
my man, Hennessy
understand for
though.
clarifications to
So,
people that don't know who LVMH is or what the LVMH is. They might get Moet and Hennessy mixed up with what you doing.
you
Like,
think it's two different people.
hey,
um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I have anything much to say about this show. I guess he collaborated with Nigo on this on a few pieces. I don't know if you saw like one of the pieces had like his head and Nigo's head on it, and then also there was like a crustacean bag. It was like a lobster bag, and it was supposed to be
viral.
when they went to like when they went to go on vacation or whatever. But yeah, like I said, not much to say about it. I mean, like you said about the creative side, it's not like too interesting. Nothing that's really like pushing the edge or daring or anything like that. I mean, like I'm not trying to be a hater or anything like that. I mean, you guys could comment, say what y'all think,
If
but
you ain't doing nothing to push it, you ain't doing nothing to push the culture except for releasing a whole bunch of stuff.
yeah,
I ain't calling
just
nothing
more
good or
useless
bad.
stuff put into like you just wasted fabric.
It's wasted fabric. We're wasting the samples because I don't see it in stores. I don't see it on
Yeah,
people.
that's
I don't
true.
see videos. Like, first of all, at least back in the day, you had the music videos. Like, we don't have music videos like that no more. So you can't even sell your stuff through the music videos no more. Like, it's not on TV like that no more. You don't see people. Like, the most you might see is somebody in an NBA game or on a walking in the NBA
Yeah,
room
pop
with
out
it.
somewhere with it.
Yeah, like it ain't the same way it used to be that constant commercial. And I just think that they on top of some things and they ain't letting people use that promotion highway that they used
I
to
think it's
have.
more.
Who? You
No,
said
I was
what?
gonna say I think it's more word of mouth now. With more people like telling each other
How
like,
you gonna sell clothes like that? No, you can't sell clothes word of mouth. Like, no, you could do
not
a
always,
service word of mouth.
but I'm saying a lot of people will be like, oh, I like them, or they're really good, or they
And
reference them.
I don't think it never really went like that. I think that was full of shit. Like, pardon my expression, but I don't think that nobody passed the word around enough to get Levi's to be a billion-dollar company. No, I don't think it worked like that. I think you pass services, like what somebody do. Like that's how it went in Chicago. Like if somebody do something over there, you will hear about it like that. But like a product, you gonna see a product. So it ain't like product you see, services you hear. That's how I feel. Like you like if it's good, you gonna see it. But if it's if it's not, you ain't gonna see it. Like or if it's scarce or something like that, you can hype it up, and that's what part of the internet do is like, oh, you can hype it up and make it seem, but it's still internet. You still see it. Like if you get on the internet and people see it a lot, they think that it's out there. But that's the illusion that the internet gives you because you ain't got to. It really have the same. You really got the same have the same effect or as it actually being a product industry and people seeing it as the internet because it's just a digital print that people just keep looking at. So yeah, it's a cheat code the internet, but you can't like the culture ain't gonna let you fake it, and that's what I think. That's why there ain't no clothing trend out right now because it ain't you can't fake that. When a clothing trend drop, like a real one, whether it be Yeezy or something like that or whatever it is, when it really drop, you'll know it is what it is. Right now, it might be them big pants, but that's not a hard trend. Like that's not nothing that's really making nobody no money. Like that's not no real culture like change or shift or nothing like that. Like Yeezy's the last one. Like he the last one that shift the culture. Whether it be the skinny jeans or the way that he did the crop thing with the wideness to the chest or the color change or just all that. Like he changed the culture in that way, and that was a shift. And you ain't seen one since. Like ain't nobody like Rick Owens trying to change it, but I don't ain't enough visual. Like ain't enough people wearing that. You don't see enough people wearing Rick Owens. You might hear them saying Rick Owens, but you don't see Rick Owens on the internet. Maybe not in the streets, but maybe in Atlanta, but maybe in LA. But that's that's regional, that's sectional. It's just not the culture yet. Like when it spread, you'll know. Like some of them dudes, like they could spread, but it's like you got to give away a lot of product to spread the culture because you got to actually be seen. And the only way you can sell or give away that much product is if you making it or getting it from cheap and that's Pakistan, China, Bangladesh. You can get those cheap prices and pump out a whole bunch of shirts. Hence the whole Ed Hardy movement, the whole Rude movement, and him pumping out all them shirts as of late. Like yeah, and then he told his formula and everything. Like I'm not saying nothing, but he said his whole formula. Like you had to go across seas, get it done. It messed up that one time, lost 400 some thousand, had to redo it. So you gotta, yeah. Yeah, I think the coach is gonna determine like what the next trend is, and it ain't
I
came
don't
yet.
know if there are trends anymore, dog. Honestly, to tell you, like people aren't like
Man, it's always
hopping on
trend.
stuff forever.
Nah,
Like you know what I'm saying? It might be
you,
hot for like a couple months, but ain't nobody like dying on shit no more. Like
yeah,
I don't see
it
nobody
will.
on trends no
That's
more.
because there's less creative people out here. I will put it like that. That's because they can't make it. Like when you can't make something, there's a bunch of dull ass people that can't make shit. They can't sew, they can't draw, they can't do nothing. They just watch cartoons and play video games, like stuff that other people made and get them paid. Like I don't believe in a generation of people that don't know how to
Well,
do
you don't really
nothing.
get paid to be, I guess a little creative, but now it's whoever like, yeah, creativity is not like,
It's not shine on, it's not push, it's not nothing.
yeah,
Like I don't see nobody talking about they know how to do nothing. It ain't no more of that. Like it's a whole bunch of people that don't know how to do nothing. And
yeah.
I'm not one of them, so I'm gonna get paid off the people that don't know how to do stuff. Um, uh, if people want to come over and create and get some money, and learning how to create and get paid for it, that's what I'm gonna do. Like anybody that's not trying to do that, they just a customer. I'm not gonna try to be their friend or nothing. I don't care. If you don't want to be a customer of mine, who cares? You're not a creator. You don't make nothing. You're gonna be a customer
Yeah.
for life because you don't create. When you don't make, manufacture, or create, you're a customer for the rest of your life. Remember that. I make, create, and produce. I would never, ever, ever be broke. Why? Because I create and I can sell to you, the uncreative, the unproducer. So, hey, they can take offense. They like, but there's manufacturers out here that thrive off people that can't sew, and they got this good idea and a couple of dollars. So, while y'all get mad at me for telling you to your face, they've been telling you to your face. China been taking your money and laughing at you, telling you, yeah, that color line is good. That's cute. That's nice. Big dollar bill records and all that. Like, yo, they'll print all that out. They're going to produce it, 1,000,000 of them, as long as you pay them. That's what I'm going to do. And that's what it is. It is all because, but it'll make the grounds even because I'll have people over here. At least you can compete with your brother over here, and y'all can see if y'all can sell more sweaters. A big Rook and big Jamaican, whatever. If you got people over here competing, getting their money up, who's to know? Like one of them might, they might collab and more producing. People like are crazy. They get a design. Like, but we ain't gonna know that if we not producing it. Like, they just keep going overseas. They keep sending these orders overseas. They keep producing and sending back on these barges that don't got nothing to do with us. Like, I'm just saying, once you see that you be the producer, you the cornerstone of this whole this American thread that needs to be that weaves this whole world. Like, yo, we weave the whole world, man. Like, and we ain't getting paid for it. So I'm gonna use my influence and my culture to get money. So I ain't gotta beg for nothing. I ain't gotta ask nothing. I'm the culture. Like, I determine what people like. I don't have to ask people what they like. Why would I be on the internet asking people what they like or trying to give them content and ask them if they like this or follow me for? No, you're gonna follow people that they don't ask to get followed, like the real ones. That's what I'm saying. Like, I watch these content creators and I see how they beg to get subscriptions and all that. Like, I know they're gonna be begging down the door to get the subscription. I ain't gonna ask them to get nothing. I told you about it. That was the information. That was the update. You can get the subscription. You can buy it for this. You can buy it for that. If you don't do it, that's on you. Good for you. If you don't, I'm gonna have a word. It's gonna be worldwide. I ain't gonna worry about it. Like, when it's in your face and you can't do nothing about it, like, then you'll see. So when you're begging me to subscribe to what I'm saying, then people in the culture understand. Like, and they'll try to do it too. Castaneda do the same thing. Like, all of them gonna get onto the culture. Oh no, you can't even talk to me unless you own the subscription. You can't listen to me. Joe Budden almost there, but he still give away. He still leak a lot. He still give away, but you gotta have enough for the culture and the thirst of the culture to want to know what you saying for them to sit up and buy into. Like, you on the internet or you saying something and them going to your website or your Patreon or however you want to do it and just going there and just listening to you and getting all your lessons. Because when it's exclusive, when you can't get it nowhere else, like this free game right here. This what Gilly and Wallow doing. This $1,000,000 worth of free game right now. Like, this ain't nothing that you can't get from the internet. Everything I say is general. You can go fact check it. Some of it's opinion, but most of it's like, hey, you can go on the internet and find out. Or you can go look at the clothes we're talking about and you can form your own opinion. But we're going to give you a tailored perspective because I actually can sew that. So if I can actually sew that, I can tell you what I respect about it and what another tailor is talking about. But if you ain't got that perspective, then that's on you, and you'll probably just be waiting and listening to what I'm saying. But I don't know. We're gonna get some more tailors around here. It's coming. All this year, it's gonna be some more birth tailors that's gonna want to do it. So, but I digress.
With all that being said, LVMH still sucks.
I don't think the LVMH suck. I think their selection and how they gonna move around everything is gonna be like, it's gonna be questioned by other people that do this profession. So
I'm surprised
they
he's honestly there for 2 years for all the criticism that he's got, but they probably have to make it seem like it was a good decision that they made that, so they're probably not going to just give up on him that quick. But we'll see. He'll probably be here for what, the rest of this year? And
thing what's determined how long he stayed. Does he have a contract? Does he have a minimum amount to sell? Like, does he get royalties? Like all the stuff that you ask, because if you're an actual brand, you would want to know certain things. That's why I ask certain stuff. So if I was an actual brand, I would want to know what I'm selling per year, how much of that was this and that out of my collection. After you do that, where did it sell and what did it sell and how much did it sell for and what are the residuals? Like how much do he get per sweater? Like, that's the stuff I would want to know, being nosy, but they don't tell that type of stuff. So even if you dig for it, like that's astronomical numbers. If he sold 1,000 pieces at $600 each, that's a lot of money.
yeah,
And that's just one piece. And that's just one part of that 60-piece line. Like, give me real numbers. Give me real, you know what I'm saying? Give me real orders and talk real sense when you're talking about clothes and stuff. Because the way I'm looking at it is like how many of them shirts is going out to how many stores. Like, if you got that one shirt that went down that runway, and how many Louis Vuitton stores or racks are getting that one shirt? Like, how many do you make? Like, if we get down to the nitty gritty, we can find out how much he make. But they'll never expose certain things. They'll never. But I bet they doing it the way I'm saying it, with the whole made per order type stuff. Like, they ain't gonna be making all that stuff. They ain't making no 1,000 of that one shirt that came down the line. That's 1,000 per piece, 60.
yeah,
So they making 60,000,
pieces.
600,000 pieces. No, of high end look. No. So how many of those shirts are they making? You have to really think about it. You have to really, really calculate. Are you making 500 of those shirts? And in those 500 shirts, how you divide them into how many stores? And that's only for
one size run. Everybody gets one size run.
it is only for 3 months, because after that 3 months, that season of that shirt is over with. Stop playing like
To the archive. That's what I'm saying. And like, somebody was just explaining it. I saw it online, but it's just like, it's hard for them to. It's especially hard for them to do any designing in terms of like I'm not designing, but for them to be doing all those different shows every year, they have like, each one of them have like, I don't know, what is like 20 something shows or something like that. So,
I don't know. That is what house you talking about.
that's what I'm saying. Depends on what house it is, but I'm saying a lot of them have like at least like 5, 6 of them every year. That's a lot of turnaround.
Doing all that, and that's what I see.
And I'm doing too.
If that. But I know that their formula is not working. And if you want to know why their formula not working, it's because if they even technically even making half, if they making 250 pieces per garment of all those clothes that came down the runway, they not selling all that shit.
It's
not at all.
Not and throughout the year, because it's not like it can be there longer than a year.
So who are you really lying to? Like, who are you really talking to? Like, they talking to somebody else when they say they do all that. So, if you high end, are you making 100 pieces? Still do the math. 60. If it's 100 pieces per, like, how many pieces?
Per piece. That's what I'm saying. They have the 60 pieces.
Yeah, 60 pieces.
Let's say at least 20 pieces.
And that's on the.
That's still a lot.
That's not the shirt, the pants, and the undergarment.
Right, that's a whole jacket, shirt. Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
We're talking about 20 people, not even 20 pieces. 20 like fucking people that came out with like 3 pieces that they had on.
Exactly. So to do the math on that, I really wish people would really understand that even in high end, that's how they show you what they got. They don't produce all of them clothes. They're not making all of them clothes. Tom Brown is not making that 1,000 times. He's not making whatever you see 100 times. When anything that come down that runway, it's gonna be, all right, we'll make it for you, Beyonce, if you call us up and give us, ample enough time to make that. But no, ain't nobody, they not making more. I don't think they making personally until the buyer comes to their whatever, or they contact them, or
Did they get an
they get
official
the demand
sell?
for it.
Yeah.
I don't even think the fabric get cut.
Yeah. Why?
What? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't need to do nothing until the order is in. We showed it. Okay, so
and that's what I think the shows are for. It's like they go there, obviously they see it, and then the buyers will know, okay, hey, we want this, and this amount or something.
On time to produce whatever they made on that runway, because if you got 100 people, if I got 100 people,
100 buyers, yeah.
No, if I got 100 people that's producing these clothes, whatever order you talking about, I can fulfill that order in a couple of days to a month or two. Like, if I got 100 people working 24 hours a day, because that's how my factory gonna work. I'm gonna have a day shift, evening shift, overnight shift. Of course, why not? That's how most bottle factories and everything work. Procter & Gamble work the same way. But I'm gonna work 24 hours, same thing, sections, same thing. And if I'm doing that 24 hours, how long is it gonna take me to make 1,000 garments? Stop playing. I ain't gonna, by myself I can make a lot of stuff. But if you let me orchestrate and you let me tap, it's a wrap. But that's why I know some people don't get power. Like, if you give me a certain amount of power, a lot of things be different. A lot of people be out of power. A lot of people be broke too. And that's why people kill people. Because it's like, nah, if this man get in power, I'm dead, because my family won't be able to eat. Because he's going to take me out of, like, I'm going to get fired. He got a more proficient way to make money. You're going to make this group of people rich. Like, I'm going to make a whole different group of people rich. So the group of people that's going to get broke, that I'm going to cut out, they're not going to like me. You got to understand that. Everybody's not your friend. Like, you might think that you're doing somebody else a service or a civil duty, but people that's getting paid for those criminals don't want to see those criminals, rehabilitated. Like, nah, keep them coming in here, other than, because I ain't gonna have no job by hours. So that's 24-hour job too. Jail's open 24 hours a day. Those guys getting in there, they can get a 24-hour. Oh man. But anyway, I digress again. So
hey, well, I mean, that was the last subject anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Business is business.
All right. Well, catch us next week then for another episode of Cloud Talk for our anniversary. So it's going to be a big show next week. So definitely tune in. Catch us on 1080club.life for our website. Catch us at 1080 Club on Instagram, or just my Instagram at Indy12Hade. You'll figure it out. If you're here, you obviously know. Catch us next week. Stay messy.